Welcome back to another video on You're Not Alone. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. Before I get into this video, just let you guys know the consistency and probably the times are going to be all over the place, a little bit more delayed, only because I'm going on a trip this weekend and I'm moving, so I got like a lot going on. But I guarantee you guys, like in 2 weeks, everything will be back to normal. But let's hop into this topic. So in this video, I want to talk about is spiritually awakened. Is that a gift or a curse? And before I even talk about this, I want you guys to know that I am very blessed and grateful that I've awakened. But I like to talk about both sides of the coin because law of duality. And I like to be real. Like I like to give people the pros and the cons to everything. So let's get straight into it. So I will start with the pros. I like being awakened because I have discernment. I am able to recognize when people have my best interest at heart and when people are just trying to take advantage of me. And in a world full of very, very bad people, that is a very good thing to have. I like having protection, honestly. Like I have protection when I go out there. And when you are kind of moving like this and when you have the eyes and you let people get one over on you, there's like two possibilities that happened. One, basically you had the eyes to see, but your human side is still trying to see the good within them, so you end up having another lesson enter your life. Or two, it is someone that is very advanced on their manipulation, I think, the way they do things. But in both of those instances you still get a positive, because even those rare instances when someone gets one over on me, I'm like, okay, I can learn from that, I can get better from that. And that's why I take all experiences I go through, whether positive or negative, I take them all to be a positive experience. Now, another reason I like being awakened is because I am now not operating on what the Matrix is trying to have me do. The Matrix is having you guys, not you guys, just in general, the Matrix is having people think that working a 9 to 5, going to college, that whole family, getting a family, all that trifecta is the only way to achieve happiness. And now that I have awakened, it's like I want to do things that I want to do. And then you start realizing that the things that you want to do, you can actually make money off of it. I've been having money coming in through doing my social media content creation, doing one-on-one coaching. So that's pretty cool. And I don't think I would have been able to do that if I haven't awakened. Being awakened has given me a sense of confidence, a sense of clarity, and just me finally knowing what I want to do, and I'm starting to chase it. So that is amazing. Now, let's talk about some of the cons that I personally think comes when you're awakened. For one, if you were like a very extroverted person before your awakening, I'm here to let you know that after awakening, people aren't going to understand you, which means there's not going to be a lot of people that you can really talk to. I get on videos and I just speak my mind because it's very comforting being able to speak like this, because when I step out there into the world, either I'm going to talk to very good people that have no idea what I'm talking about, or I'm going to have very bad people make me a target, misunderstand me on purpose, and like all these different things. So the more you awaken and the more you elevate spiritually, it's like the smaller pool of people you have to choose from. And that's going to reign true when it comes to friends, family members, and even relationships. So yeah, it gets a little lonely. That's the very basis of what I'm trying to say right there. Now, the second thing, which I just kind of talked about with that first point as well, is you are going to become a target. Now, I hear a lot of people, not a lot of people, but I've seen some spiritualists say, hey, don't say you're a target. It's like words are powerful. You're creating that reality for yourself. You truly do become a target. Now, I will explain this. So for any of you guys that know what a black sheep is, a generational curse breaker, those two are very examples right there that shows what happens to an individual when they're thinking a little bit differently. Me growing up, I wasn't thinking like my family. My family was operating in a very, and also when I talk like this, I don't try to come from an egotistical standpoint. I just try to like lay out the facts. I still think everyone is one, everyone can learn from each other, but back to the facts. So I grew up as a black sheep. That means I didn't think like my family. And because I didn't think like my family, it kind of labeled me the odd one out. And when people don't understand you, especially like in human nature for a majority of people, they will demonize you. What people don't understand, they demonize. So I became the one that was getting the most of like that trauma treatment, if you want to call it. Now, that's on a micro scale. On a macro scale, when you are thinking the way that you're thinking, society's not going to like you because you are a threat to the matrix, to the system. And that system it was built very intricately. I don't know if that's a word, but don't want that system to fall apart at any cost, the people that's on top. So when you are moving and you are thinking the way that you're thinking, the what do they call it? Like the Agent Smiths, the people that are in the matrix, they're not going to like that. They're going to try to make you feel like you're crazy. They're going to try to get you back on their side. And these are all attacks to stop you from achieving your highest self. And that's why it's very important to make sure you guys mask out there in society. Because once people sense that you are a little bit differently, especially in not thinking like the system, you are going to get attacked. You're going to become a target. And for example, every time I'm in a 9 to 5 and I mention that I don't want to work a 9 to 5 the rest of my life, the ones that are already so deep in the matrix, they can't possibly see what I'm talking about. But instead of just hearing what I'm saying and be like, hey, that guy's very ambitious, they are going to make you out to be like an enemy, because what you are trying to do is basically a threat to what they got going on. It is a threat to their ego. And that's another thing that's going to happen out there in society. You have reached a level where you are now a reflection of other people. So being spiritually awakened attracts haters, envious, jealous, demons, people, and all these types of people like in your vicinity. And to bring it back to a pro, these people that you attract, when you advance to a certain level in spirituality, they don't really affect you anymore, because you understand why people are doing the things that they're doing. You understand that people hate on you because of what they have, what they lack on the inside. But to take it back to the cons, is like, yeah, these people are really, you're going to trigger a lot of people without even trying to. And that's because you're working on yourself. You're doing the work to elevate yourself, like psychologically, spiritually, and all those different aspects. And you are now becoming a reflection to what people refuse to work on. That's why now when I go out into society, I have to be very careful with what I say and how I move, because just by people viewing me, and not even by what I'm doing, not even by what I'm saying, my bad, not even by what I'm saying, just by what I do on my day-to-day basis, that just makes people look at me like, who does he think he is? You get me? So I could just be out in public reading a book, and then if someone knows me and then sees me and try to have a conversation off of that, just me reading the book threatens them in some type of way. They start thinking like, oh, well, I don't read. Does he think he's better than me? And I'm just letting you know the thoughts of what people think on the inside. Some people are still sane enough to not let their demons take over. Some people are really far gone with whatever trauma they have from the past, or whatever demons they have within them. They let those demons just take over. And it's a lot of people. And that's why it gets very exhausting to operate out there into that society. So with this whole being spiritually awakened, with opening your third eye, it does come with pros, but it does come with its cons. But at the same time too, I think everything comes with its pros and cons. You get me? Like if I was unawakened, I was surrounded by more people, but the con were these good people to be surrounded by. So I kind of just look at this whole thing as I am happy I awakened, because now I'm on a path less traveled, but it's the one that I need to go down, because this is the path that's going to make me achieve and become my highest version, my highest self. And to all the bad things that you attract with being awakened, they're all tests. They're all tests. You keep passing these tests, you keep ignoring people that's trying to get a reaction out of you. You keep staying to yourself and only allowing good people to be in your vicinity. All these different things, you pass these tests and you're going to go through a breakthrough. You're going to get more things that's going to come into your life. And things like that be happening for me. And even on my worst days, when I'm just like, man, what is going on? I recognize that better things is coming for me. And that's how I stay sane in a world that will make you feel crazy for being an awake one. But guys, that is it for this video. Missed the video yesterday, but like I said, a lot of changes happening in my life. But give me 2 weeks and I'll get back on track. So take the videos as they're coming, and appreciate you guys rocking with me. I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.